Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a review on a Deck of Scarlet palette. If you do not know what Deck of Scarlet is, I will give you a little bit of an intro to the brand so that you know how it works, because it is a little bit different than any other makeup brand that you would buy in Ulta or Sephora. So Deck of Scarlet is actually a makeup subscription that comes around every 2 months, and they collaborate with YouTubers to create a palette. So the month of November, Amy Rose Walker is the YouTuber that Deck of Scarlet chose to collaborate with. I have been actually subscribed to Amy for a while now. I love her videos, so I was super excited when Deck of Scarlet reached out to me and asked if I would want to do a review of the palette that they did in collaboration with her. I am going to be completely honest in my review, and I will say right off the bat, after working with the palette and doing this look, there are a couple things that I would change or don't love. I'll get to that at the end. After my entire makeup look is done, I'll give you some final thoughts on that. But I did want to say congratulations to Amy, because regardless of if I liked everything in this palette or not, it is a really, really cool brand and cool collaboration. So I'm super happy for her. I think it's awesome that YouTubers can do things like this and share new products with our subscribers and the people that we've built a community with. The packaging is absolutely beautiful. It comes to your house every 2 months if you want it to, but you can cancel anytime and shipping is free. So it's kind of like no strings attached. If you wanted to just get a palette 1 month because it looked interesting to you, you could do that. Another really neat thing about the subscription service is if you are new to it and you haven't done it in the past, your first palette you can actually choose from any of the previous palettes. It doesn't have to be the palette that came out that month. For instance, if this palette did not really speak to you, you weren't interested in the colors, or it didn't work for your skin tone, you could look at some of the other palettes that have been released in the past with other YouTubers and choose from one of those. And also, Deck of Scarlet has given me a 10% off coupon for those first time subscribers. This is nothing that I get commission off of. It's solely to help you if you are interested in purchasing a palette. That link will be down below in my description bar in case you're interested. The cost of a palette is $29.95 per month that the palette has released. So for instance, if you were interested in buying one of these palettes, it would be $29.95. You would be locked into then in 2 months pay again. So if you were not interested in continuing the service, you would need to make sure to cancel your subscription. Another thing that I really like about the Deck of Scarlet brand is that they are cruelty-free and paraben-free. So if you'd like to see the look that I created with this palette, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already did my base makeup and my brows. I did just post, I think it was about a week or 2 ago, a full tutorial on how I do my base. I want to start with eyeshadow. There are 3 eyeshadows. I'm going to start by placing Dream all over my lid. I always like to start by placing a light kind of bone shade or cream shade all over the lid, just to give us a nice blank canvas to work with. I am using actually a blending concealer brush. It's kind of just like an eyeshadow brush. This is from the brand Delium. I'll link these brushes down below. So there's really not a transition or good crease shade in the palette in terms of eyeshadow. So I'm actually going to use the bronzer as that kind of transitionary crease shade, just to deepen up the crease a little bit. Next, I'm going to take just more of a definer brush and go into that bronzer as well and take that on my lower lash line. I do want to deepen up this crease a little bit more here on the outer portion, so I'm going to pack in a little bit more right on the outside kind of V area. Next, I'm going to take the shade Gold Digger and I'm going to put that all over my lid, and I'm just going to use my finger for this. I really, really love using shimmery shades just with my finger. I feel like they always apply the best, and then you don't need to use setting spray or any sort of spray on your brush to intensify it. It comes off intense right from the very beginning. I do want to do a little bit of this Luna shade. I think what I'm going to do is just take my pinky finger and just place it on the outer corner here, or the outer edge of the lid. And then I will blend this in with my brush. This purple shade looked a little bit intimidating to me. I'm not gonna lie, it looked very intensely purple in the pan, but it's really not. It definitely has kind of a brown undertone. It is not that shockingly intense purple on the lid, which I prefer. I typically like more neutral eye looks. I really want to use this highlighter on the lids as well. This is the shade Prosecco. So I'm going to again take my finger, a clean one, and I'm going to put this more towards the tear duct. I think this shade will kind of bring the purple and gold together by being almost like an in-between shade. It has flecks of gold in it, but it's definitely more of a cool toned pinky shade, so it's going to complement that purple. Next, I'm going to take the eyeliner that's in the palette. It's a nice kind of rich mocha brown shade. I'm going to tightline my top lash line here so that I can define the eyes, but also conceal my lashes that I'm going to apply once we're done with the shadow. I really like this eyeliner. It's a really nice shade. I don't own anything like this that is very deep brown, almost black, but not. It kind of has a hint of purple or plum in it, which is tying in with that purple shadow on the outer edge. When I blended the eyeshadow, the purple kind of went away. I think I'm gonna go back and intensify that a little bit right here. I'm gonna actually take my brush this time, dip into it, and just pat. You'll see me kind of carry this into the crease a little bit. There is a little bit of fallout with these powders, I'm noticing, so just be aware of that. Maybe do your eyeshadow before you do your foundation. I have this tight liner brush from Delium. I'm gonna go into the purple and just, I think, stick to the outer edge to mimic the top. And then I'm going to take the eyeliner and line my waterline. It's definitely like a purpley brown, more on the brown side, but it does pick up purple. I think that's really unique. I've never seen anything like this. I am going to take a little bit here on the actual lash line, not the waterline, and then I'll diffuse that with this tiny little pencil brush. I'm going to apply my falsies off camera, and then we'll get back on, finish off the rest of the face with the blush and bronzer and lips. Okay, my falsies are on. Just in case you were wondering which ones I'm wearing, I have the Double Up Ardell Demi Wispies. So just to conceal the band a little bit more, I'm going to go back in with this tight liner brush and the purpley shade Luna, and just kind of go over the band, kind of lining the eyes with this shadow to make sure that that is concealed. I then am going to go over my falsies with some mascara. This is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. Oh, this is so good, you guys. If you need a new mascara and you don't mind spending a little money on it, this stuff is probably hands down the best mascara I've ever tried. Obviously, you're not going to really see it with my falsies on, but you can definitely get away with no falsies when you wear that mascara. I'm just going to wipe away a little of this fallout here. Next, I'm going to go in with the bronzer on my face, and this is the shade Dusk. It's the shade that I used in my crease. It says that it's a matte bronzer, but I see a little bit of a sheen to it. It does have a little bit of a nice kind of, I don't know how to say it, maybe luminous look to it. So I'm just taking this face sculpting brush into the bronzer, and I'm going to sculpt my face with this. So just starting right here. So I start kind of as if I was going to contour, but then I get really big with my kind of swirly motions in blending out. I had not tried this brush yet. I kind of had a feeling I was going to love it, but Do you see that for contour? So nice. This brush, the 977 Face Sculpting Brush from Delium. So nice. I'm gonna take this on the forehead. Actually, I think I'm gonna take a bigger brush for the forehead. This is their highlighting fan brush, but I'm gonna use it for bronzer because I think it'll just give me a nice wash of color. I really like this bronzer. I am going to take a little bit down the sides of my nose here, just a titch. Prosecco, I believe, is meant to be a highlight. Yes, powder highlighter in a warm golden pink shade. Amy is deeper skin tone, so this would definitely work for you if you have deeper skin, but I'm gonna use it as a blush and just lightly take it over my cheeks. Maybe I could get away with this on the high points of the face. It is a little dark, like you can kind of see it when you're not in the light, so I probably wouldn't, but I do like it as kind of like a blush topper, and I will put a little on my nose, and I'll go a little on the forehead. Okay, next and last step actually is lips, and I'm really excited to try this lip liner. The lip liner that came in this month's Deck of Scarlet is a beautiful nude, kind of pinky nude lip liner, so this is right up my alley. I'm going to line my lips and then go in with one of the lipsticks that comes in the palette. Oh, this lip liner. This might be my favorite thing that came in the palette. The color and how it's applying, like, it has a really nice tiny tip to it, so it's making the lining process really easy. So I lined the outside of my lips. I'm going to fill in the whole lip as well. So if I weren't reviewing this palette for you as a whole, I probably would stop here and just keep the lip liner all over the lips, but because I want to show you how the rest of this palette works, I will use one of the lip shades, and I think I'm going to use Pinky Promise. It's basically the same type of shade as the lip liner. The palette also does come with this really fun, intense pink lip called Sass Queen, and I did swatch that for you so that you can see it, but I'm just going to go in with Pinky Promise. I am just going to use my finger. If you have a lip brush, go ahead and use a lip brush, but there's no problem in just using your finger. So I'm just going to apply that. These are really creamy. This is a little bit more on the cool side than the lip liner, which I actually like. I think it goes with the highlight and the whole eye look a little bit better. I would kind of describe the lip as almost like a comfort matte. It's not fully matte, there is a bit of a sheen to it, but I can just tell by how it feels on the lips that it's going to have a little bit of longer lasting power to it. It's comfortable, but it's definitely like there, like you can feel that it's stuck on the lips, which I actually like. So I'm actually more impressed with that than I thought I'd be. I don't typically like using lipsticks that come in this form. Like, I know the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette was really big a little while ago. I did not purchase that because I don't typically, again, like I said, I don't like to apply my lipstick that way. It's a little more difficult to travel with, but I'm impressed with this shade. Really pretty, and I guess if you were just on the go and wanted to take this whole palette with you to do an entire look, then it'd be with you anyways, and you could touch up and just use your finger like I did. I'm just going to spritz my face with the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray to lock everything in. And that is the finished makeup look. So I want to give you my final thoughts on the Deck of Scarlet subscription palette. My final thoughts would be, I love the bronzer, I love the eyeliner. My favorite item in the palette is definitely the lip liner. I love the shade of this lip liner. I love how it felt. I think that the highlight is absolutely gorgeous. If you have deeper skin tones, I think it would look really nice. I do kind of like it how I used it as a blush. I don't know that I would do it all the time just because it is a little more like intense on the cheeks in terms of a highlight than I probably would normally go for. I do think it's formulated very well. It's just not the right shade for me. So I can't really judge it based on that because it's not the correct shade. I do like the lip color, specifically the Pinky Promise. I don't think I would wear Sass Queen very often, but it is a fun color to have, and you could even just put it on very lightly, like a light wash, and it wouldn't be so intense. The eyeshadows I am not a huge fan of. I think the Gold Digger shade is the best by far. Dream was okay. I mean, it's just basically like a light eyeshadow. It's nothing that I don't already have. It is nice to have it here. I think I would have preferred a deeper matte transition shade, maybe instead of this shimmery Luna, because it was a little bit difficult to create a full eye look. I had to go into the bronzer, which I don't really think was as deep as I would have liked it to. It was the perfect shade for my face, but for my eyes, I do like to go in with a deeper matte shade to create a full look. So the only thing I'm a little bit disappointed in is the eyeshadows, but like I said, Gold Digger and Dream I really did like. It's just not enough for a full eyeshadow look, which this whole palette and collection each month is supposed to give you a full makeup look, so that was a little bit lacking for me. But I do love the bronzer, I love the lip liner, I love the eyeliner, so there's definitely a lot of pieces in here that I do like and will continue to use. Though you do not need this palette to create a look like this, I'm sure you could achieve it with other items in your makeup collection. If you are interested in signing up for the Deck of Scarlet palette, there is a link in the down bar that you can follow to get 10% off of your first monthly subscription. Reiterating what I said in my intro, there is free shipping and you can cancel at any time. So really, if you are interested in one of these palettes, you could just get one this month for 10% off and then cancel. I've definitely done that before for subscription services, so definitely check it out regardless of if you want to continue on with the subscription. Again, congratulations to Amy on this collaboration. It is so awesome that brands will collaborate with YouTubers. That is a dream, of course, that I have in doing this YouTube channel, that I could grow an awesome community where brands want to make products with me so that I could bring them to you guys. That is like any YouTuber's dream, so congratulations to Amy. I hope she has more success in the future. She is so sweet. Definitely check out her channel. I'll also link that down below in case you want to check her out and check out her channel. I know she did a look with this palette as well that you might want to check out. Coming from her perspective, she is the one that collaborated with the brand. It's probably a really good idea before purchasing to see how she used it. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, leave me comments below with any suggestions for upcoming videos. And don't forget, my giveaway is still open. There are going to be 2 winners. If you have not seen my giveaway video, I will put a little card up here so that you can go check out that video and enter to win my giveaway. So I love you guys. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!